Hello everyone, my name is Martin Bialas, I'm a member of Atavism team, and today I will present you Merchant Tables plugin. So let's start. In order to configure Merchant Tables plugin in Atavism, we have to open Atavism editor window, and to do that we have to click on the window in the top section of Unity, and we have to click on Atavism Online. So we can see Atavism Online editor window, and we can navigate to proper plugin by just entering the name like Merchant, or we can click on the mob NPCs here, and we can see that Merchant Tables is in the group mob NPC. So let's click on it. It's a pretty simple plugin. It's responsible for trading between server and players. So if NPC has a definition for merchant table attached to it, then our player can not only purchase some items from that merchant, but also he can sell some items to that merchant. So as we can see here, we can define the name of the merchant table, so we could know what that merchant table contains, what items, what definitions, and here we can define, we can pick item, we can pick it from that list, but yeah, scrolling a few thousands of elements is pretty hard. So we can filter that by just putting the name in the filter field. So let's put that name like junk, and we can see that list was narrowed down to all elements suited for that name. So we can pick like junk 2, we can define, count its number of that items, which will be refreshed within that refresh time field. So -1 means that there is unlimited number of that items for sale for that merchant table. So we can define many elements here, and after that, for example, we can switch to edit tab. We can see some predefined definitions here. So as you can see, we got merchant table 1, we got materials, we got skill books merchant table, we got merchant table claim. So let's just pick up one. Let's see, skill books merchant table. So as we can see, we got metal smithing skill book, woodworking skill book. So basically we named that so we could know that this merchant table contains skill books, and we can see that there is no limit for number of purchases here, and refresh time is 0, so it will be because there is unlimited, then it won't be refreshed at all. What we can do and where we can attach that merchant table. So merchant table is attached into the NPC, but it's attaching in the, we can attach it in the runtime mode, which I explained in the getting started tutorial. So I won't cover that in this part, but I will cover another element here. So we can also attach it to the mob spawn data. So basically, what is mob spawn data? It's designed as a special spawner for mobs or NPCs, where you want to spawn that mob in runtime, while the game is running, and you want to like something ambush the player, or another boss or elite warrior will spawn some additional mobs. So you can do that by defining it here, and you can also define and use it for your buildings and claims. So for example, let's imagine that your player will have a private player instance where such player can build some merchant building, and that building will have some stages. So that player will have to build foundations, walls, roof, and after that, after a last stage of the building will be reached and completed, and the building will be completed, then we can define that mob spawn data will be spawned, and we can define that merchant or NPC actually can have some merchant tables or merchant table, because you can attach only one or merchant table attached to it. So after that player will build that building, merchant or NPC will be spawned, and you can attach merchant table to that NPC, and our player can use that merchant to purchase some rare items or rare elements from that merchant. We can limit them to few items per day, so they can be refreshed each 12 or 24 hours if you want. So even if that merchant tables plugin is pretty simple to configure, it's pretty powerful and flexible to adjust, and I think it's really useful in MMORPG or in general in RPG games. It's a must plugin, so I think most of you developers will use it. That's all for this part. Thanks for watching. I hope you like it, and see you in the next tutorial. Bye bye.